For Duke, they do, and Carrie Neese, and they rotate a lot with Ellie White. So they've got two options. Really, for Florida, it's going to be the 3v3 unit. Ball on the ground, who's going to get it? Anna Brandt, as advertised. Also, Madison Taylor, not a bad outing for her with her 6 goals, 4 assists on 9 shots, so super efficient.
First shot of the game here for Clark Hamilton. For Florida on the rebound, they score it. And a great job there to pick it up and put it in. It was Josie Hahn that scores it for the Gators. 1 minute and 12 seconds in, they lead it 1-0.
And this will be an important area of focus, Mike. Florida is going to have to make it a 3v3 game at the draw circle in order to get possession, and they did just that off the 50-50 ball.
Franny Hahn, I apologize, on the goal here on the rebound. 16, her sister.
The Hahn sisters.
Yes.
They do look alike.
Hamilton's got it. Flips it, knocked out of the stick that time. Well, Caitlin Davies, but it's recovered by Florida. Jenny Markey.
Great back check by Amanda Passy.
And now the shot and the score for Clark Hamilton. She takes it in and makes it 2-0 Gators.
Clark Hamilton has really come into her own as of late. You can tell she's playing with so much more confidence, and she is in Florida royalty in terms of company. Emma Lapinto, who transferred to Boston College after a standout career as a Gator, she's in that same company.
Woodings again still taking the draw for Florida. Carrie Neese for Duke. Scooped up by the Gators, Caitlin Davies. What about this offense overall? I mean, coming into this season, they had lost a lot, Florida.
They returned 4 starters on their team. You would think a Florida team who made it to the national semifinals, oh, that's a great goal. She's going to be in the crease.
Waved off. And they tried to flip it over to Goodwin. And it's a hold against Duke, and it's Florida possession.
Yeah, Goodwin's got to go through. Goodwin just brought her defender
right in the same
to the
area.
ball, and it's like a jump a double, like in basketball. That's what happened.
Hamilton. Cutting, shooting, and scoring is Gabby Corey on the feed from Jordan Basso. How about that transition for the Gators?
This is where Florida can really hurt you in transition. Hamilton, one-woman clearing machine, and they move the ball, Mike, so well. Assisted goals are their MO, and you can't stop ball movement. It moves too quick.
Duke in the first quarter has done a really nice job in this tournament so far against James Madison up 7-2, UVA 6-3. But right now, trailing 3-0 early.
Virginia's gonna let her have a multi-goal game. Well, she dropped 7. Not so bad.
Pretty good defense so far here by Florida. Bernstein on a roll back, nothing is there. Throws it on Cage, and it's scooped up by Fennell.
Yeah, not the shot there.
This season as well. Fennell is 13-0 in the year. Boy is 6-2, but has had a lot of time out there as well.
And that's such a luxury when you have 2 keepers that you can interchange. That save there by Kennedy Everson.
Yeah, the shot from Hamilton. Ball's loose. And a whistle against Florida here. She beat UNC, Virginia, and Maryland in the NCAA tournament last year, so nothing wrong with that. The job that she's done as a junior goalkeeper for Florida. Duke trying to get on the board for the first time today. Save again on the shot that time from Barrett. Here's Callie Hem. Duke is 0 for 4 shooting so far in this game. Hem behind the cage. Pronti. Celeste Forte guarding her. Now it's Caitlin Barrett. Nice move by Barrett. She shoots and scores. And Duke is on the board for the first time in this game. The freshman, Caitlin Barrett.
This is almost the same dodge, Mike, as we saw right here. Fennell makes the save. Barrett goes down the same alley again. But the difference in why that ball went in the net is that she shot at the net.
It's almost like practice there, right? Where you're like, okay, I went right at her. Now next time I do it again, I'm going to find a better spot, and she did. Markey feeds into the middle and scoring right off the bat. Corey again. Gabby Corey, what a catch, turn, and fire for the 4th goal of the game for Florida.
Number 24 in white, just a sophomore. 6th multi-goal game this season. Florida is going to make you pay in the paint, and that's the 8-meter. They thread the needle so well. They're so unselfish. Duke has to be aware of closing that middle. You cannot let any Florida player hang out in the 8-meter like that. Duke has had some empty possessions where they're winning the draw and they don't go down and score, but Florida's capitalizing on any win that they get. And they're getting it to the circle like that, so it's becoming a 3v3 game, and they're just the first to the ground in 3 quarters.
Here's Clark Hamilton, who already has a goal for Florida. They've been moving the ball nicely here on the offensive end. Gianna Monaco controls it now, 27 in white. She makes a move. Monaco shoots and scores for the Gators. 5-1.
Gianna Monaco, one of those key players that returned with only 20-plus points from last season. So major contributor. They left her on an island. You can't do that if you're Duke defensively. Nice right-left split dodge. They've got to help. They've got to send help defensively. Monaco's going to make you pay there. She's the team leader in goals.
They literally cleared out the whole area.
It's an isolation play, and there's nothing Kennedy Everson, the Duke goalie, can do about that. I mean, she's one-on-one with one of the best players, one of the best shooters.
You know, and here's the other problem early. That's 5 goals now for Florida by 4 different players. So 10 of 20 on free positions this season, but bring it back out here. Now goes to Maddie McDonald for Duke. They sit behind here for Pronti. Trying to find, looked like maybe Hem there, 40. Bernstein's going to pick it back up. The shot clock is down to 12. Bernstein. Bouncer scooped up by Fennell. Hahn looking, finds Davies. Davies has it, works her way in. The stick check from behind prevents a possible goal there. And we got a whistle here on Duke. Davies. She scores it. 1 on the shot clock, 5.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Counted for the Gators.
She was in the crease.
Or did they say in the crease? They waved it off. Wow. No goal. Stays 5-1.
You almost feel rushed. Take that extra second. Again, shoot at the net.
No, it's a good point, Dana, because then you don't want players thinking, all right, I got to be the one here to make something happen and just put ill-advised shots on. Bernstein on the shot that time doesn't go. Pronti the rebound, tries to dish it in front for Barrett. It's going to be scooped up though here by Bernstein. The shot clock is at 7. Bernstein trying to make a move. Bouncer, that's not going to have enough meat on it, and it's scooped up by Fennell. Gabby Corey has it. She's scored 2 goals already here for the Gators, 24 in white. Now finds Josie Hahn. Hamilton working on the man. Pacey goes by her. The shot is on the way, and it's saved by Everson.
But she has it too long. Like, she has to get rid of it. You have to let the ball stay hot, is what they like to say in lacrosse.
Barrett.
Like, she's had the ball for 10 seconds. Florida doesn't have to do anything defensively. She still has the ball.
Caitlin Barrett. Over 10 this season on free positions. She passes it up to Pronti. Pronti gets hit in the head. And here comes a card. Yellow card. Bernstein flips it up to the top. Defensive 3 seconds. You heard it here as it was Bella Goodwin that had possession, and she's going to have a prime spot here The 19 free position goals for Goodwin this year is 15th in the nation. It was a false start. And now she shoots, and the save is made by Fennell. And look at this outlet on the clear.
A bad shot is the team's first pass in transition, and you see that right here.
Monaco, Hamilton, got a step, shoots and scores! Clark Hamilton. 6-1 Florida.
So Duke, Mike, they get a gift. False start on the defense for Florida. Goodwin goes back on the 8-meter. Not a great shot. So Fennell is that first pass in transition. She's so aware. Kudos to the midfield that gets out in transition, and then they run. And then Clark Hamilton gets it off a not so great pass, but she makes the most of it so quick and crafty. She shoots around Everson. That's a beautiful shot placement. And she doesn't change her hand. She keeps it in her left hand. She just weaves in and out of the Duke defense. Florida is making it seem like they also have 7 players against Duke 7.
It's a great point. It doesn't look like it's 7-on-5, does it? And the first one's going to expire in a moment here as that shot got deflected, and now it's 7-on-6 for the next 20 seconds here. Duke still with the advantage. Crossfield Barrett, Shearer, looking for Hemmenford. She's got it. She shoots, and a save by Fennell. And the rebound is scooped up by the Gators.
Now this is a Florida defense that plays man. Duke's primarily used to seeing a zone, but you still got to adjust.
Here's Hamilton. They work it in front here, and a shot to score. This is Josie Hahn.
Josie Hahn, such a special part of this team out of St. Paul's School for Girls in Maryland. Assisted goals. Florida is so unselfish. Beautiful job finding the seam. Duke's got to find an answer for Florida. Florida up 7-1.
Bella Goodwin in front of the net right now, number 9 for Duke. They're rotating players through. Shearer. Up at the top is Callie Hem. Now it goes behind the cage. And a whistle against Florida here.
That ball movement, you see how quick it was working around? That's what they need. That's what they needed in the first quarter. That's what they have to continue to keep doing.
Doreen, shooting and scoring. Blue Devils needed that.
And that goal by Doreen ends a near 16-minute drought for Duke offensively. Now, that was off an 8-meter. Great score by Doreen, but it started because of the quick ball movement by Duke that led to a Florida foul. Duke got on the 8-meter, and they had to score that. They're non-negotiable there. That's certainly a recipe for success.
Behind the net for Franny Hahn. Markey got it through. Everson got a piece of it, but it still went in the net, and it's now 8-2 Gators.
Jenny Markey, the Syracuse transfer, found a new home in Gainesville. 20th goal this season. Just a quick step off the 8-meter. Right past Everson. Great job controlling the release point as Duke defensively crashed. So foul below, goal line extended.
3 shots in this possession for Florida. Basso for Monaco. And now Hahn, and she scores. Franny Hahn with 21.8 left. The player advantage goal scored by the Gators is 9-2.
That's a pretty goal, Mike, in women's lacrosse. The ball moved, skip pass, behind goal line extended. Just the awareness offensively. Beautiful dish inside, slips inside, Franny Hahn. Number 16 in a Florida uniform. They just haven't had any momentum. And just when you think it's about to shift, Florida either scores a goal or gets a huge possession.
And Florida wins the opening draw of this second half.
Semifinal appearance. And then later at night, UNC and Princeton. UNC, the lone undefeated team in the nation.
Gators possession here. Monaco gets free, shot no, rebound, and into the stick of the goalkeeper, Kennedy Everson.
One being Jordan Basso, who makes an immediate impact, fits in seamlessly with the team. Gianna Monaco.
Speaking of which, save Everson. Well, that's big for Duke here to start this second half.
That's a confidence boost.
Back to Monaco. Spinning. Got hit. And in there for the goal is Monaco.
Great adjustment by Monaco. We saw Everson make that last save. Monaco there, yes, falling down, but she did change her level of the stick, which makes the goalie work. We saw Everson down on her knees. I've been so impressed with Monaco this season. She's one of those returners for Florida. Didn't get a ton of time last year.
And Florida on the restart with 9:45 to go in this third quarter, 15 to shoot.
Stick across the body, foul on Duke.
Hahn feeds it in front. Her sister, she shoots and scores. Josie Hahn from Franny Hahn. How about that connection? 11-2.
You have to wonder, Mike, if they practice that in the backyard. It's the ball movement for Florida that's been the difference maker. That last goal being scored sister to sister. How do you recover defensively in here? You can't, because the ball's moving so fast. You know, when you see that ponytail.
Shearer flips it here for Sadie Stafford, and she works her way in. The shot, the save there by Fennell. Didn't quite know where it was at first, but she picks it up. You got to be at your best at this time of the year, but it's not easy, and they've done a really good job.
Yeah, you have to find a new edge. It is a long season. I mean, these women have been practicing since January. They come back early for winter break. But this is the best time of the year. You just have lacrosse to focus on. Can you find that new edge? Can you play inspired? And really both teams have been doing that. We just aren't seeing the Duke team that showed up last weekend.
Callie Hem, and she unleashes and scores for the first time today. She had 7 goals last game, gets her first one of this game, and it's 11-3. Finally, Duke gets something on their 4th possession of this third quarter. Previously, 2 turnovers and then just 1 shot.
Callie Hem, the grad transfer from Harvard. If Duke's going to be successful in this game, we've got to see more offensive production from Callie Hem, number 40.
And I know you seemed a little bit concerned here with the 10-day forecast. So you look at Boston, it's about half the temperature of what we have here today of 93, 94 degrees. But this is the good thing. When you see that now, you know it's going to change. Barrett. Whistle again. 2:26 to go in the third. Bouncer goes through for Barrett. Caitlin Barrett for the Blue Devils.
What's important about that goal, Mike, is that's Duke's first goal off a draw control today. They've had 7 total, so that's what happens when you get possession. You get it down into your offensive end. Yes, that was an 8-meter. Great job by Barrett, who hasn't had the best shooting percentage this season, and you transition it into your offensive end when it's a 7v7 game.
Some other numbers that are just non-factors of determining that it's an 11-4 game right now. Right now they've scored the last 2 in a row, as you said, after Florida scored 2 in a row to begin the third quarter. That's a foul. Maddie McDonald is the one working it in there for the Blue Devils. So here we go. McDonald scores it. Little momentum here, Dana. 3 in a row by the Blue Devils.
And Maddie McDonald, a freshman. 9th goal this season. First goal since April 5th. So they're getting production from some non-traditional players that we're really not used to seeing make the difference.
And UNC and Princeton at 7:30. Callie Bishop now at the draw here for Florida, and it's going to be won, though, by Duke. And the Blue Devils start the fourth with it. Ellie White was able to come up with it that time. They're working it around here. It's Woodworth for Barrett. Shearer. Hem in front, can't get it. Biancardi also there as well, and that goes over to Shearer, and she scores. Look at that, Duke, 4 in a row, and they've closed the gap now. It's 11-6.
Maddie Shearer signaling to the officials. She got hit in the head. Goggles flew off. Just such an individual effort, so crafty behind the cage. Beautiful across-crease pass. Thread the needle for Duke, something that they didn't have success with in the first half. It's because they weren't moving their feet and the ball wasn't moving. Just a sliver of space.
Corey gives it up. Now here comes Davies. She comes right back in, gets the pass. Gives it on up now for Markey. Back to Davies. 2 seconds to shoot. In front and almost. Gabby Corey put it on, and the save made by Provenzano. Shearer scored the latest goal, number 3 for Duke. Shearer again. Behind the net, there's Hem. She got it. She shoots and scores. Callie Hem on the one-timer. 5 in a row by the Blue Devils.
Callie Hem sparked that 4-goal run, now 5-goal run for Duke when we thought Duke's out of this. They didn't get off the bus in the first half. They dug themselves in a hole, and then you just see the ball movement has changed. They've changed levels. There's a little bit more urgency, but controlled urgency on the offensive end for Duke. Beautiful job by Callie Hem. She finds the seams so well and just cuts into space.
Play body!
Markey. Hamilton. Markey cutting through. Back to Hamilton, looking in for Markey. She's got it. She shoots at the save. Provenzano. Back to Ponte.
Behind!
Got Hem in front of the cage yet again as Ponte spins back, looking. Catch, shoot, score! It's Bernstein. Duke is on a tear. They've scored 6 in a row.
Mike, this fourth quarter has belonged to Duke. 6 straight goals. Carly Bernstein, somebody who, when we talked to Kirsten Kimmel this week, said really struggled this season with her shooting percentage. I say she's doing okay this afternoon. Beautiful job moving the ball by Duke. Just awareness. Really surprised that pass in the inside didn't get picked off, to your point, Mike. The defense was so focused, their eyes were on Callie Hem, they didn't even see the pass coming in.
6 seconds to shoot. Goodwin dumps it in front, and the shot is scored. Bernstein. This is crazy. 7 in a row by the Blue Devils with 6:28 left in the game.
Bernstein with the fancy finish. Goodwin starts with it about at the 25. That goal happened because Goodwin went hard to cage. The defense respected her as a legitimate option to shoot on cage, and then she's unselfish because the slide comes, dishes it to Bernstein.
Davies. Top here for Markey. Hamilton. Hamilton for Markey. Shoots, save, Provenzano. Outletting quickly. Duke getting across midfield here. It's Overbeck. Gives it up for Hunter. Hunter, that may be a charge.
Oh, that's gonna be a charge.
And it is. Gabby Corey, 2 minutes to go. Corey dumps it in front. Monaco beats Hamilton. Whistle on Duke here. That's shooting space. What do they call here? It's going to be Hamilton now in the free position. Clark Hamilton for Florida. Minute 53 to go. 18 to shoot. Hamilton.
Great
stick check from behind. She still has it though. And now it's a charge going the other way. They're going to call it on Florida and high. to Shearer. Woodward. Bernstein behind the net, beats Carly Hebb. She shoots, and the save is made by Georgia Hoy, who came in relief of Elise Spinell. "15 seconds left. Duke able to get it. Pacey with just 8 seconds remaining. Not going to be enough time. Valiant comeback, but it's going to fall short. And the Florida Gators are heading to the semifinals for the second consecutive season. Third all-time in their history with an 11-9 win over Duke.